Does this look smoky to you? This camera?
It looks smoky.
Yeah. Should we go live on Instagram?
Yeah, let's see. Go
Click it.
live. We got Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Let me get my fat fingers up front.
Why does it look like this one's frozen? What's happening here? Hey divas, how are you doing? Welcome. Just come on in, have a seat, get real comfortable. Make sure you have your tea and your red lipstick. Welcome, ladies. We're going live on Instagram, on TikTok, and Facebook, and YouTube. So just come on in, get real comfortable. It's going to be crowded in here. However, we're going to be talking about some good stuff. So welcome. This is your girl, your love diva, Master... Right, I forgot my daggone name. Master Certified Love Strategist, voted top 5 love coach in the entire world. And I run a top level love mastery agency, helping women to be so aligned with their romantic best friend who will love their soul. They will no longer attract emotionally unavailable men who don't know how to see them, treat them, or value them. So if you are looking for a formula based in science to up-level your love life, then ma'am, you are in the right place. Lubba, can you please do me a favor and turn up the air conditioning? Come in, get comfortable. We're just waiting for the rest of the divas on all of the other platforms to get in. Let me get my alfalfa sprout, whatever is going on right here. Let me get her to get right. Hey, ladies. Welcome, beautiful divas. Come on in as you are joining us. If you are brand new to me, like if you've never ever seen me live, then please drop your name, where you're from, and a heart emoji. If you've seen me live before, please drop your name and a lipstick emoji. That lets me know that you're already part of the divahood. I want to love up on you. So if you are brand new, leave your name, where you're from, and a heart emoji. And if you are returning back, please leave your name and a lipstick emoji so that I know that you are coming back and you're part of the divahood. We're going to be talking about all things love, dating, and relationships, and the science of attraction, the science of sex, the science of being able to attract your romantic best friend who will love your soul, attracting a high-value, masculine, marriage-minded man. And literally, there's a science to that, ladies. And if you understand the science, then you won't keep bumping your head up against the wall, attracting a bunch of Build-A-Bears. You won't be frustrated, wondering what you're doing wrong. You will be able to work the formula like clockwork that works no matter your age, no matter your size, what you look like. Hey, Ivana, how are you? Welcome back. Cindy, welcome, baby. Cindy number 2, welcome from San Diego. Welcome. TikTok, go ahead, drop your name, where you're from, and a heart emoji if you're brand new to me. If you're a virgin to my lives, okay? If you are a virgin to my lives, please leave your name, where you're from, and a heart emoji. Hey, Dr. Salithia, you signed up for coaching, but you haven't gotten your call. I think you have to finish your application. You got to go to the next page. But if you did do that, then please email support@shaybetter, SHAYBetter.com so that you can secure that spot. And as a matter of fact, Lovebug, let me see if I can get my assistant to take care of you now, okay? Because I'm about now. Make it happen now. I want to make sure you're taken care of. But welcome, beautiful divas. I am Shay Your Love Diva. I am a Master Certified Love Strategist. I've been voted one of the top 5 love coaches in the entire world. I run a top-level love mastery agency helping women to become soul aligned with their romantic best friend, to anchor and activate their feminine energy, and to rewire their nervous system and subconscious mind so that they can naturally attract the healthiest and highest version of love for them. So if you are looking for a formula based in science that works around the clock, no matter who you are, no matter what you look like, no matter where you're from, no matter your size, no matter your age, how many kids you have, then ma'am, you are in the right spot. I want to love on you, so please leave your name, where you're from, and a heart emoji, and then we'll get started. If you are just returning back, then drop your name and a lipstick emoji so I know you're already part of the Divahood. Hey, Love Bug, can you get Faith in the chat, and help Dr. Beckham? She said she booked a call and she needs to get taken care of. Okay. Let's try this again because I see you guys doing all kinds. Y'all, we having a moment, okay? What's happening? What did they say? Mercury is in retrograde? Like, what's going on? Because I don't see anybody following instruction. You said your name is Yoni and you're from Missouri. Okay, very good. Ladies, drop your name and where you're from and a heart emoji so that I know you're touching and agreeing for the highest level of love, okay? As you're coming in, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Shay Your Love Diva. I am a pioneer in the love coaching industry. I started back in 2003 on this journey so that I can be able to attract high-level love myself. I was my very first client, and how I was able to discover the secrets that I'm going to teach you here today is that I did a dating experiment where I went on 100 dates in a little over 3 months, and I interviewed over 4,000 men, women, and couples. And I read hundreds of love, dating, and relationship books. I read the psychology and the anthropology of attraction and the psychology of men so that I can understand what did it take. What does it take in order to attract any man that I wanted, no matter what? And how do I attract the highest quality, top tier, high value men? How exactly do you do that? And what I found when doing my dating experiment is that once you unlock these secrets, ladies, it works no matter what. It's a psychology to it. It's human triggers. It's understanding men. It's understanding their human needs. It's understanding what their 4 insecurities are. And it is understanding the science. And I'm going to keep teaching you for as long as necessary so that you understand not only what you should do in order for you to be at an advantage when it comes to the dating game, but so that you are dating in your power, so that you are raising your standards, so that you are attracting top tier men and you're leaving these Build-A-Bears alone. So let me see who's came in here. Y'all dropping your name. Diana from Atlanta, welcome, baby. Rachel from New Jersey, welcome. Karen from Atlanta, welcome aboard. Dr. Salithia from Atlanta, Georgia, welcome, baby. Sherry from Missouri, welcome. All right, beautiful ladies, how many of you are sick and tired of being sick and tired and dating, and you just want to give up? You don't feel very confident when it comes to what it takes in order to attract a high value man. Just tell the truth and say I. If that's you, just say I. You want to give up. You don't feel confident when it comes to what it takes in order to attract an emotionally available, high value man who would actually value you, see you, and love your soul. Say I, if that's you. Valentine from Chicago, welcome, baby. Where are you at? I'm taking a temperature. Chrissy, hey, from Missouri. Love from Virginia, welcome. Naomi from Montreal, welcome. Thimble from Spain, I hope I said that right. Okay. How many of you are literally tired? You have no idea what you're doing when it comes to dating, and you don't know what it takes in order to attract a high value man. I'm not just talking about anybody, okay? It's just like it's not hard to go into Walmart and get a free plastic bag Okay? You know them cheap plastic bags that anybody could throw away? Hey, Lynn from Buffalo, New York. Hey, baby. Marga from Delaware. Welcome, baby. Make sure I'm not missing anybody on Instagram. So you know how you can walk into Walmart? Anybody can walk into Walmart, okay, and get a plastic bag. You don't even have to pay for it. But the high level, high quality men, like the Birkins of men, how many of you actually feel like you are confident that you could just go out there and be able to attract that quality of man? Say I. You said, I'm not tired, but I don't know what I'm doing. Thank you for your honesty. You're dating yourself. How's that working out for you, ma'am? Okay. How are the conversations with yourself? How is it? Loving on yourself, please do. You should. Spending quality time with yourself, pouring into yourself, that's great. Saying you're dating yourself is quite interesting, ma'am. And here's the thing. It's important for you to use your words in a way that supports and elevates you, because if you are dating yourself, ma'am, then what's the end goal? Okay? That means you're already taken. If you're preparing for your soulmate, that leaves you open energetically to being able to attract and receive your soulmate. But if you're dating yourself, we need to have a conversation. And ladies, you know what? Today I wanted to talk to you about the science of attraction and the masculine wound. How many of you are familiar with what the masculine wound is and believe that you may have it? Okay? How many of you know what it is and you believe you may have it? If you don't know what it is, then that's okay. Just say you don't know. But if you do know, because today I want to teach you things that's going to be able to empower you so that you can be able to attract the highest level of love. How many of you know what the masculine wound is and you believe that you have it? Okay, I'm seeing several of you say that you don't know what it is. You don't know what the masculine wound is. She said, I'm ready to attract my Birkin bag type of man. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Okay. This is how you know you have the masculine wound. You don't really feel safe with men. You don't really trust men, but you still want love. You still want a man who's going to love you, value you, treat you right. However, you tend to attract men who need to be fixed, who need to be babied. You usually attract men who are not emotionally available, men who you don't really trust that they can lead. So you oftentimes are the person in the relationship over giving. You give more than what you're receiving. You're often the person in the relationship that is the most mature, the most established, the one with the best ideas. You're elevating him way more than he's elevating you. And the reason why is because there's a masculine wound there. The first masculine energy in your life left a gaping hole. They left a lack of trust in men, a lack of feeling safe enough to be willing to allow yourself to be vulnerable to a man. So you want a man to lead you because you're sick and tired of being tired and carrying everything all on your shoulders and doing everything. However, you won't let a man lead you, and you attract the kind of men that you don't have to worry about them being leaders, so you don't have to risk the fear of having somebody potentially control you or disappoint you or break your heart or betray your vulnerability. Because the father energy, he did not show up in the way that you needed, whether if that's physically, whether that's emotionally, whether if that's the example that he set for the way he treated your mother. There was a disappointment there. So you often operate in the dating world as wanting love and wanting that masculine energy, but still being guarded, which means that you now vibrate with men who are emotionally disconnected. They're emotionally disconnected and unavailable. So then you find yourself in the beginning of the relationship where it's all hot and heavy, everything's great, you see the chemistry's really high, but then it fizzles out. When you realize that he is not the man that you thought he was or how he was pretending to be, then you're disappointed all over again, and you're constantly repeating that cycle. even though you've set your expectations low. Anybody have a clue of what I'm talking about? Say I. Anybody that resonates with, say I. You attract men who are emotionally constipated, men who don't know how to express themselves, express their feelings. You attract men where it's the up and down, and you have equated struggle love for poetic justice, and baby, it's not. It's not supposed to be like that at all. Okay? You want to call it, you want to dress it up as twin flames? No, what it is a hot mess steeped in your masculine wound, trauma, and pain is what it is. And until you resolve that, and here's the deal. The rubies tend to be the group that has more masculine wound than any other group. Okay? So I've talked to you guys about this before in past lives, that I invented the 5 archetypes. After you've been doing this for quite some time and you help so many women, you start to recognize patterns. Uncle Tony, Tony Robbins, he talks about that all you have to do is study patterns, and then now you can start to predict things, and you can even start to preemptively help avoid certain things or help people to break the pattern, because there's no broken people. There's just simply broken patterns that aren't working for you. And what Uncle Tony said is that if you study a pattern long enough, then you can be able to start to predict how that pattern is showing up in different people. And what I realized is that there's 5 love archetypes. Okay? 5. And these 5 love archetypes, they enter into the dating world differently. They interact in the dating world differently. They approach the 5 stages of a relationship differently, that sets them up for disappointment and heartbreak over and over and over again. It even determines what kind of men and their dysfunction that you're going to attract. Like if you're going to attract the narcissist, you're going to attract the man baby, the liar, the man who won't commit. Like all of that is based on your love archetype, and your love archetype is based on what are the residual blocks that are still there energetically, subconsciously, and emotionally, due to whatever it is that you saw, due to potentially trauma, due to your belief systems that are standing in your way from being able to attract love. That's all it is. So it's real simple. Okay? So for the ruby woman is usually that make it happen type A woman. She's usually the woman that's the leader. She's usually the one, hey New York. She's usually that one who is the person in her group that has her head on straight. She seems like she has it all together. She's usually the one that like thinks of the ideas, and she is the one that's like encouraging her boyfriend to do certain things, but even might take on the task of helping to lift him up and make him better. However, the ruby is also guarded. She's also emotionally unavailable. Rubies don't let too many people in their world, and you really only heard a ruby once. A ruby might get disappointed more than once, but her hard fall usually happens once. And once she gets her heart broken by a man who she trusted and she put on a pedestal, then she might date, she might care about people, but she never truly falls or allows herself to be as vulnerable like that again. So a ruby will either be chronically single for a long time, or she will intentionally, subconsciously date down. She would date the man who she knows is not really going to go anywhere with, so she doesn't have to risk truly being disappointed. Okay? Rubies are oftentimes in their masculine energy, but they're also oftentimes very successful. They haven't figured out how to be able to balance their masculine energy with their feminine energy, so they can attract a man who's highly in his masculine energy so that she can be covered and taken care of. And so she tends to attract men who are going to drain her. Who does that resonate with? How many people see themselves in that ruby woman? Say I. Where are my rubies at? Rubies also tend to overperform, and they tend to be high achievers, but that drive to be a high achiever is steeped in their past experiences of not feeling like they've been seen, or that they were worthy, or that they were enough. Let me say that again. Okay? All that money, all that success, all that you've accomplished is amazing. There's nothing wrong with that. Your success isn't keeping quality men away from you. Men. Let me say this again. Men are not intimidated by you. Men aren't. The boys are. Okay? The feminized boys are going to be intimidated by you. The men who know you're too good for them will be intimidated by you. Okay? Men aren't going to be intimidated by you. The problem is that those men, though, who aren't intimidated by you, they are going to be turned off by the masculine energy. It's an energy thing. It's just like this, okay? It's nature. You take two magnets. This is polarity. You take two magnets, two masculine energy. What's happening here? Somebody tell me. What's happening here? Somebody tell me what's happening here. There's going to be resistance. There's going to be repelling. The sex is going to be off the chain, though. It's going to be super chemistry and passionate in the beginning. Okay? Super passionate, super chemistry in the beginning. However, then there's going to be fighting and there's going to be tension. And that masculine man, listen to me, ladies, okay? If you understand this, this will help you avoid a whole lot of pain. A man can love you. He can adore you, adore spending time with you. He can be like, oh my goodness, like I feel like we are twin souls and all that other mess. However, if this is happening where he's in his masculine energy and you are too, this man will take all that love he has for you and marry the woman in her feminine energy. Because of this. Okay? So as a powerful woman, your goal isn't to dim your light or suppress yourself. Your goal is to balance your energy. Because if you learn how to activate that feminine energy and anchor that feminine energy, then you're automatically going to be magnetic to high quality masculine men, for one. For two, you're also going to be magnetic to the energy of money. You're also going to be magnetic to the energy of love, because it's all about energy. How many of you are following me so far? How many of you, let me know if I lost anybody. How many of you are following so far? It's all about energy, and this is what I teach my students. I help my students to be able to recalibrate this. So they're automatically, on their own, they can naturally magnetize the man of their dreams, who is a masculine, high-value man. I teach them to be able to align with the life of their dreams, the abundance that they want, so that they can be now polarized to everything that they want. And there's a system for that. It took me 2 decades to be able to discover that formula. But once you are now stepping into that formula, you automatically become like this. You're automatically a magnet to what it is that you want. You don't have to compromise. It doesn't have to be either or. Okay? You don't have to give up your desire of having the children, of having it all. You don't have to do that. You can operate in your feminine energy, still be a boss at work, still be powerful. You will probably have more. You will now be a magnet to more. More money, more love, more happiness, more peace. Because now you're in a position to be able to receive. And it's hard for a ruby to truly sit and receive, because being in a position of receptivity means danger to a ruby. For her, she gotta get it done or she will get disappointed. She has to be the one doing and trying to earn love and earn approval, because somewhere stuck in the back of her subconscious mind that if she doesn't earn it, then she's not worthy of having it. And as long as you're dating like that, then you are an automatic magnet to a narcissist, because narcissists love that subconscious instinct in you to want to prove that you're worthy and prove that you're enough and prove that you're right and prove that you're strong. Does that make sense? So, the first thing you got to understand is when we're talking about polarity, masculine energy and feminine energy, and then also recognizing it when you're dating, the type of men that you're meeting, recognizing the signs of who is in front of your face right now. So I was looking at last year when what's the Ariel from the Little Mermaid, what's her name, Chloe, not Chloe, what, somebody help me out, what's the baby's name, what's that child name? She dated DDG and they had a son together. Haley. So a year ago, when Haley announced that she was pregnant, I said, I guarantee you it's not going to last. I said that on the live. I even said it in the shade room. And oh my God, people were like, you are being negative. You shouldn't say that. Maybe it's going to work. And I'm like, I promise you, I'm willing to bet $1 million that relationship is not going to work. You can already see that relationship was a trauma bond. You can already see that little boy was beneath her. Her dating him is what rubies do. That's a Ruby move. Okay? Her dating DDG, and then now we find out that the boy was abusive, and I mean, I already knew that he was ignorant. Even though I have the gift of seeing, I could see that relationship wasn't going to work out. And so many women, I can't tell you how many of my clients who are like high income earning women, they're highly successful. When it comes to work, you can't hold a candle to these women. Like, y'all are going to figure out a way. If it looks like there's a block every other way, you're going to figure out a way. You will climb a mountain barefoot. But when it comes to love, you give your power away. Power gone. Okay? Today I'm talking about rubies. Tomorrow I'll go deeper into the citrine and the diamond. But I really, really want you to really understand this. So how does it affect the way you're showing up? And how does it affect the way you're dating? First of all, you are constantly dating, expecting to be disappointed. Hello? Keke Palmer did the same thing too. I can literally go down a list. Wendy Williams did the same thing too. Sherry Shepherd did the same thing too. Should we keep going? Cher is doing it too, but Cher's learning, like, Cher done learned. Oprah, you can't really say Oprah because Stedman, he's like a major professor. Stedman makes good money. He's not a billionaire, but he's a multi-millionaire. So he's no raggedy dog, okay? Rihanna, let me not say nothing because there's too many people that's going to get mad for me to say anything. Okay. Another one who's dating down, and y'all can just be mad at me if you want to. Y'all gonna be mad at me for saying that. Simone Biles. Sorry, Simone. Love you. That man's beneath you. For real. Name somebody. I'll tell you. And this is Cardi B. Cardi B is, here's the thing. And here's what you got to understand about celebrities. And this is after working with several celebrities when it comes to love. And love blocks be on Front Street. That's the only difference. And for them, it's even worse because It's embarrassing publicly to allow people to see your traumas being expressed out in full force, but it's the same thing. So Cardi B, she has her traumas, she has her love blocks, and that's why she ended up with Offset, and she attracted another Offset. That man that she's with is another Offset. Portia, same thing. Okay, love her too, but it's just their love blocks just being expressed. Lisa, you're like, just say it. Just say it. I can't. Okay? I can't. Y'all got to be ready for it. It's the same thing. So, if you know where you are and you know what your love archetype, then now you know what is setting you up for success or failure, because you don't get what you want, you get what you expect subconsciously. You get what your nervous system is wired to get subconsciously. You can't, for Bae, it's different. So like, for instance, her husband, Beyonce's husband, isn't like raggedy or beneath her, because both of them come from like similar backgrounds, if you will. Like, even though Beyonce comes from a more upper class background than he does, Jay-Z's a brilliant business person. Like, he's a real smart business person. It's just that he also was a player. He also was a cheater. And you know what I'm saying? He has an interesting background. Let me say that. He has an interesting background. So is Jay-Z beneath her? I think they have a business agreement. Honestly, I think Jay-Z and Beyonce have a business arrangement. I do. I think they have. And then all of the Kardashians like to play in the trash. Every single last one of them like to date beneath themselves, because that feels safe, ladies. If, as a Ruby, dating beneath you feels safe, it feels like you can handle it, you can control it. If you dated a man at your level or above, then that insecurity that's there, that maybe I'm not enough, or I have to try harder, or I have to earn in order to prove my worth, will be triggered. And that's what sets the Ruby up to date down. That's what sets her up to date down. So how do you fix that? Okay. First, let me tell you how it shows up when you're dating. That leads to you ending up attracting the Build-A-Bears, because for the Ruby woman, she tends to attract the narcissists. She tends to attract the man babies, the men who like to be taken care of. Tiana Taylor, it's kind of new. Like, Aaron Pierre isn't, he isn't shabby as far as like where he's at in his career. Like, his career is pretty strong. Her career is pretty strong. They haven't shown enough publicly for me to do a reading to say what it is that I see with them. It's not, so when I use my gift of being able to see, I have to have spiritual permission in order to share certain things, right? So with them, they haven't given energetic permission on what is going on in their union or in their relationship. But what I do know is Tiana needs this right now. Okay? That's what I can say. She needs this right now in order for her to rebound to the next level. This is her way of meeting a need. However, it's not going to last. It's not going to last. Now, mark this day. I'm telling you now, it's not going to last. I know y'all hearts are broken and y'all probably disappointed, but it's just not. Okay? The stuff that attracted her past her ex hasn't been healed yet. Hasn't been healed yet. He's the safe guy. Okay? It's not going to last. So, how do you date in your power so that you are able to allow yourself to be vulnerable? So that you're able to attract the top quality man who your heart is safe with. And I'm going to tell you the steps that I take for my students to hold them by the hand so that they can develop the muscle and energetic alignment to receive high level love. Who wants to know that? Only if y'all want to know that. Who wants to know the steps that I take my students in order to help them to align with high level love so they can receive top quality men. And let me give you an example. So I have a student, her name is Shay, or was Shay, and Shay came to me after attracting like multiple narcissistic men and men who didn't value her. And she was a single woman with the blessing in the form of 2 kids, and she had like young kids. Like she had a 2-year-old at the time, I think, and she had a 5-year-old, and her child's father was a hot mess. And she was also a doctor, and as a doctor, she, even though she was successful, even though she was a ruby, she still tended to attract these dysfunctional men. And it came down to her relationship with her father. And when she was able to work on reestablishing a different meaning that she gave to her experience with her father and the trauma associated with her father, when she was able to realign energetically with that masculine role. And this happens whether if your father is alive or not. You can do this. It doesn't matter if he's still on this earth or not. Her father happened to still be alive. And then she was able to realign with her relationship with her father. She was also able to work on certain things within her that made her subconsciously gravitate constantly to narcissistic man babies over and over again. The men were beneath her, and that's what her normal was. And so one of the things that I had to do was I had to retrain her subconscious mind so that she had a new normal, so that her new normal was a healthy relationship. I had to also help her so that she could be able to activate that feminine energy because of her owning her own practice. She often operated in her masculine energy, and she disconnected from her feminine energy. And so she was attracting these men that were highly in their feminine energy. And when she was able to learn how to realign that and heal that and anchor the feminine energy, because ladies, please, if you hear nothing else, hear this. It doesn't matter how pretty you are, how much you do your nails, how much you do your hair, how much you do your makeup. None of that matters if your feminine energy isn't anchored. You will attract the man and then he will leave. Or you will just attract the man babies, even if he appears to be masculine and be a provider man at first. So once she was able to clear all of that, clear what was blocking her, activate and anchor her feminine energy, rewire her subconscious mind and her nervous system, she was able to attract an amazing man. I don't know, I think he was like an investment banker or something, but my clients, they attract top-notch men. They attract like top of the line, high income earning, good men who adore them. And so she attracted this amazing man, and when they were dating like about 3 months in, he was like, your tires doesn't look good. I'm going to go pick up your I'm going to go pick up your car. I'm going to drive to you to pick up your car, take it to the tire shop. He got 4 tires and then delivered the car back. And it was an hour each way. So he lived an hour from her, drove to her job to get the car, got the tires, paid for them, brought the car back. Amazing man. The kids fell in love with him. He treated the kids amazingly. They dated for a year. They got married. They just got married. And she's like amazingly happy with him. Amazingly happy. And so this is how I take a woman who's in her ruby energy. Okay? She's a ruby archetype. Let's talk about the 6 phases, okay? Or the 5 phases of every relationship, and how you change them so that it works for you with attracting top quality men. You said, where are they meeting who? Where are they meeting the men? All right, detour. How many of you want to know, where do you meet high value, successful, great marriage-minded men? How many of you want to know, like, where do you meet these men? If you don't care, then I can move on. All right, y'all, you're not going to like this answer too much. You're not going to like this answer too much. So, you meet these men when you become exactly what you want to attract. You have to first, listen to me. Some of you are not going to hear this. Some of you are not going to hear or understand what it is I'm saying. But when you do, that's when you're going to be crawling all over yourselves trying to book a call with me or somebody on my team so that you can get into Boss Diva University, which is our immersive system for helping you to transform into this kind of woman that automatically becomes a magnet. When you transform into the version of the man that you want to attract, you now become an energetic alignment to what you want to attract. And you can be on the moon and he will come. All we do, it's kind of like tuning a piano. Okay? First of all, you're not broken. You're not broken. All we do is we know how to tune the piano that is you. How to get you on the floor where your soulmate is. That's all it is. Right now, you may be operating on the 3rd floor. On the 3rd floor, that's where the Build-A-Bears reside. And the Build-A-Bears reside where the roaches are because there's a lot of water. There's a lot of crap down on the 3rd floor. The man that you want is on the 30th floor. Okay? And for most people, they don't know how to find the elevator to get to the 30th floor. They just like to waste time. Okay? They like to take the steps. They like to download YouTube videos and TikTok videos and listen to all kinds of crappy advice online. And they will even read a ton of books. But still, they're walking upstairs, barely getting to the floor where the love that they want is. And our team knows how to say, oh, you want to go to the 30th floor? All right, come right here. There's a secret elevator this way, and push the button, and then you get to the 30th floor. Now you're with your soulmate. Now you're not wasting time. Now you have the income of you and your soulmate. You're building an empire. You're happier. You're making more money. You're finally in a partnership that sees you and fulfills your soul. That's what we do. We get you to the 30th floor. And if you understand that the men are all in the same building, because a lot of women are like, well, where are the good men? They are all around you. You can be in the same building and there can be a full-scale party going on while you're playing in the basement. So you're missing out on the food, the champagne, the caviar, and everything else happening on the 30th floor while you're playing in the basement. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Deja, baby, this is, listen, ma'am. I'm a Sagittarius and I'm West Indian. And I'm really trying. Okay, ma'am? I'm really trying to help you. But my Sagittarius is about to let loose in a second. Because if you just hear what I'm saying, sit in what I'm saying, you will get the biggest part of what I'm saying. I can tell you 101 places to go where high value men tend to be at. Okay? I can tell you where to go. I can tell you to go online. I can even manage your online dating profile for you and interact with the matches. However, if you are not in alignment with your romantic best friend, with that man who can see you, who can value you, who can love your soul, who's doing life at the highest level, then baby girl, you can walk outside butt naked and you still won't attract this man. You just won't. So the most important thing is to get you in energetic alignment with what you're asking for. Then tell you, okay, now you're ready. Now go here. Now do this. Now take this step. Now, when you're going on dates, for the love of everything holy, please stop going on dinner dates for the first date. Because scientifically and statistically, that works against you. Okay? it works against you. Now, are there some people who had dinner and they found their soulmate and it worked out? Yes, but they are an exception, not the rule, especially in this day and age. You got to be able to date with wisdom and understand what's going to work for you and what's not going to work for you. So then when you understand like what to do, how to do what to do in what order, how to think, how to move, because it's in the way that you carry yourself. It's in the way that you think. It's in the way that you feel about yourself. Because ladies, please understand, men know more about you than you know about you. They can see your traumas. They can see your fears. They can see your insecurities. They can see the stories that you're saying about yourself. They can see your archetype before you even know your archetype. And if you are going in the dating game, if you're going in the dating game and you haven't rectified that and healed that, then you are going to keep attracting the Build-A-Bears. Sweet B007, did you not hear what I said, ma'am? Okay. She said, tell us where. All right. Go to the Wall Street district in your town. Okay. Go hang out there. It's not going to work because even though you are going to go there, you're going to attract the Build-A-Bears who just happen to have money. But since you don't want to hear what it is that I'm saying, ma'am, go to the Wall Street district, hang out at the yacht clubs, go start playing golf, start going to conferences. Don't hang out at Home Depot, baby. It no longer do rich men go to Home Depot. They're ordering their supplies online, so don't go there. Go online. Online dating is where you will have the best chance of meeting the highest quality men. But again, you don't know what you're doing when it comes to online dating. You got to know how to train the algorithm so that it's working for you. There's certain key things that you have to do, that you have to say. There's a certain way, how many times that you have to respond to a match. There's a certain number of swipes that you have to do in order for your profile to rank higher, because the way they do the online dating is they put you in different tiers. So either you're going to be in tier, for example, tier 1, tier 2, or tier 3. They can tell if you are, how do I say this to make it politically correct? The online dating algorithms can tell if you are of higher status or not. And they will align based on your interest, based on how your profile's set up, align you with more matches that are more high status or tier 1. If your profile isn't set up properly and it's like poorly done, poor quality pictures, like, you know, there's certain buzzwords that tell the algorithm that you're mid-tier or low tier, then it's going to put you down there. Anybody following? Okay. Now, again, you can do all of that, but if you're not energetically aligned with high level love, then you're just wasting your time on the dating sites. That's why I created Her Pocket Coach, because Her Pocket Coach is the app before the dating apps. That's where you go to get it right before you start swiping. Okay? And I created Her Pocket Coach so that it's accessible for millions of women, because Boss Diva University was getting full and there was not enough spaces to say yes or to take everybody. So I created Her Pocket Coach so that now you have the very first AI-powered love coach from the privacy and convenience of your very own pocket. Okay? And Her Pocket Coach has a talking avatar. It's a me. It's trained to coach like me. It's trained to advise like me, so that you're not in the dark anymore. So you can go to your AI pocket coach and you can ask her like, hey, what should I do on this date? Hey, how should I respond to this text? And there's a journey that teaches you how to be able to properly realign with the highest level of love, how to be able to increase your feminine energy, how to be able to properly date in your power, how to be able to attract your masculine, marriage-minded, romantic best friend, how to properly get married, how to be able to balance your career with your love life. Like, it's designed to teach you that. And if you want more coaching support and to go deeper, then we have a team that's there ready to support you. But at least the app will allow you to get yourself energetically aligned with the love that you really want first. Okay? And it's in the App Store. For many of you guys, you've been hearing me on the journey talk about releasing the app. Most of the high quality men online are narcissists as well. So be selective, ladies. Can I tell you a secret when it comes to that? Okay? Because I meet women all the time that says, like, if a man shows up and if he's a narcissist, then I can tell and I'm out the door before you know it. But baby girl, if you are still attracting narcissists in your world, then guess who is the magnet? Can somebody put it in the chat? If you're still attracting narcissists, guess who? Hello? Hello? If you are attracting narcissists, if narcissist is coming in your world, ma'am, that is telling you something. That's telling you something. If you're attracting narcissists, baby, you are still the magnet. You are the magnet. You're the one that's attracting it. So the goal is not to just be running away from narcissists. It's to eliminate them from even being in your world, period. That's the goal. The goal is to realign on a different floor. The narcissists are in the basement where the rats and the roaches live. You want to move out of the basement to get to the 30th floor. That's what you want. And when you're on the 30th floor, you won't even see or encounter the roaches anymore. Period. So when you're online dating, you're calling forth a higher level of love, a higher experience. You know what to look for. You're more in tune with your intuition, because that's what anchored and activated feminine energy does. It's going to allow you to be in tune with your intuition. You're going to be able to sense like, this is interesting. Delete. You're going to be a magnet to more high quality men coming in your world. And not only just online dating. This is why I like online dating so much. Okay. Let me tell you why I like online dating, especially for my students. I advise them to go online and we teach them how to date online. And this is why I like it so much. First, online dating isn't for looking for a husband. How many of you know that? Like, online dating isn't for looking for a man. How many of you know that? You said, but they put on a front in the beginning. Right on time, nobody can trick you when you're in tune with you. That's the thing that I'm trying to empower you to understand. Like, you are not the victim, ladies. We are so strong and we're so powerful. You are not the victim. If you listen to what it is that I'm teaching you, then you won't even fall for that. Like, you'll be like, oh, yeah, I don't like Walmart bags as a purse. I prefer Birkin. I'm sure there's Walmart bags somewhere that come somewhere in my world. I just don't see them. They end up in the trash before they even get to me. You're not a victim, because when you say it like that, they put on a front in the beginning, then now who has your power? You don't have your power. You are now at the mercy of the man who is there to trick you. So what you want to do is empower yourself so that you become a magnet to the top tier, top quality men. All right, let me see what you guys are asking me. If you're still attracting, okay. Ooh. Hold on. Yes, I definitely need guidance on balancing my love life and my career, because I'm so focused on my career, livelihood, and well-being. I don't make room to have a love life, and I strive not to end up into another wrong relationship with another wrong man. I hear you. You're so right. I'm 67 and dinner dates were prevalent then. And even then, when the guys selected restaurant, they were serious and not looking for someone to have sex with. God bless you in this environment. Oh, thank you. Let me see what y'all are saying on TikTok. Yes, I use online dating just so I can test my discernment. So, what? Another thing that I like online dating is, online dating isn't for you to look for your husband. Online dating isn't for you to look for love. Online dating is for you to refine your asking. Online dating is for you to get comfortable with dating. Online dating is for you to put out in the universe, I am open and receptive to love. It's like putting your resume on Indeed. That's what online dating is. It's like putting your resume on Indeed. Somebody on Indeed might see your resume and then they might tell somebody like, hey, I saw somebody who has the skills that you're looking for, and introduce you to that person. It's like energetically, when you start looking for a job and when you're just like, oh, it's not a big deal. I'm not really sweating it. I'm open, but I'm not sweating it. You notice how you get like a whole bunch of people that are trying to interview you and they're interested in you. However, when you're desperate for a job and you really want a job, then that's when like nobody wants to hire you. Hello? Hello? How many people know what I'm talking about? So then when you're online dating, it's the same thing. It's like you making an open declaration that I'm open, I'm receptive to receive love, and that's in online or offline. You're making a declaration that I am window shopping. I am getting clear on what makes me happy, what do I want, what's going to fulfill me, and what's not. Because what you think is going to fulfill you might not necessarily be what will actually fulfill you. So my students use it as a feedback mechanism. They go on the dates, and then the type of men that they're attracting tells them energetically, where are they? If they are attracting married men, then it's telling them that they're not yet completely emotionally available. If they're still attracting narcissists, it's saying that they're not yet solid, that they're good enough without having to prove that they're good enough. Like every person that you're attracting is giving you feedback about where you are. And when you use that, it allows you to keep tuning and refining. Like I said, you're like the piano. And when you date online for that purpose, it allows you to tune and refine the fastest. That allows you to energetically align with your romantic best friend. Who caught that? Who is picking up what it is that I'm putting down? Say I. If you're getting that. Thank you, baby. Who is energetically aligning with what it is that I'm saying? Okay? If you're not, it's okay. Don't judge yourself. Because when you get there energetically, then your mind's going to open up. It's going to be able to hear me. If energetically right now you're not there yet, then you're just not there yet. And it's okay. But it first starts with you. And what blocks our energy from being able to receive love is all the stuff. The belief systems. What was your example of the first love experience that you witnessed? Oftentimes that's your parents. What was that example like? How many of you want your parents' marriage or relationship? Say I. Or don't. How many of you want your parents' relationship? Put it in the chat. I use the type of men that I attract as a gauge to see where I'm at in my journey. Good job, LaShawn. I'm seeing a lot of no's. I used to always wonder years ago why I attracted mostly married men. Yeah. Onyx tend to attract married men. And we'll talk about the Onyx archetype later. But the Onyx are like the empathic woman. And you can be a Ruby Onyx where you're like empathic and still that type A make it happen type of woman. But oftentimes when you lack boundaries, you lack discernment, and you give people the benefit of the doubt where you abandon yourself and you abandon what your gut and your intuition is telling you, warning you about, then that comes with the married man, because a lot of times the married man will play on your emotions. But how many of you want your parents' marriage? If you say no, that you don't want your parents' marriage, then baby, there you go. If you're having a hard time, you're struggling with being able to attract higher level love with high value men who will love your soul, who are marriage minded and in their masculine energy, then exhibit A. That's the first place where it started. Okay? But the men's pool in dating apps for mature women is really small, so there's not even enough feedback to learn from. Not true. It's interesting. So we're just gonna have a real talk, right? In my agency, women over 50 are the least likely to choose themselves. They're the least likely to be willing to invest in themselves and to do an immersive program. The least likely. However, the women 50 and over who actually do tend to get married the fastest. It's something about it. I don't understand what it is. And they get married to amazing men. One of my clients, she is, I think she was 55 when she worked with me. And she was attracting narcissists. Her ex-husband was abusive. She had a daughter who was in college. And she had a really good job, but she wasn't completely satisfied in her job. And when she came through Boss Diva University and she was able to clear what was blocking her with love and that was aligning her with toxic relationships, increase her feminine energy, and learn how to attract a high value man, this beautiful woman literally attracted the most amazing man. The kind of man who moved for her, sent her on a vacation with her daughter when her daughter graduated, gave her his credit card and say, just baby, have a good time. Married her. She's still happy. They've been married, I want to say 3.5 years now. They've been happy. Ladies, listen, your truth is holding you hostage. Whatever you believe is going to be correct. Whatever you believe is going to be correct. So if you believe that men in your age group there's not that many, then that's going to be your experience. If you believe that all men are dogs, that's going to be your experience. If he calls you weird, he don't like you for real. What are we talking about over here in Instagram? That's what we are. That's why we're here. We need help. I can only do so much. What's the point of online dating? I think I said it. Where are the husband material men found? Where you are when you show up as wife material. Is that too in TikTok? Can y'all see me? Because it's doing the spinny thingy. I don't know what's going on here. Hello, does that make sense? Was that too real? I want the relationship my mom and stepdad had. Okay. Can you repeat that? What did I just say? I used to attract hobosexuals and Build-A-Bears, but now I'm attracting. Okay, what's happening here? Hold on, TikTok. I don't know what's TikTok. I have to close it and then come back. So make sure y'all just come back to my live because it's doing something weird. I don't know what's happening.
If you had to pick one.
Y'all, I swear there is literally like a conspiracy with my TikTok account. For real. Like, I literally have a Build-A-Bear that's hating in TikTok. For real. How do I meet men of high value in my age group in person? They be so shy to approach or don't have as much success as I do. How young are you, baby? Tell me how young are you? I used to attract homosexuals and Billy Bears, but now I'm attracting kind, healthy older men that want open relationships because they spent so many years in unhappy marriage. I need to read that again. Hold on a second, ma'am. Hold on a second. What did you just say to me? What did you... Hold on, I still can't see what you just said, ma'am. Hold on a second. What did you say? I just need to make sure I saw what I saw. I used to attract homosexuals and Build-A-Bears, but now I'm attracting kind, healthy, older men that want open relationships because they spent so many years in unhappy marriages. Ma'am, did you read that out loud, ma'am? Did you, ma'am, come here. Come to the front of the class, ma'am. Come here for a second. Okay, let's talk about this. Okay, come here, ma'am. I need you to make it make sense, ma'am, because the math is not mathing. You said kind and healthy, successful men, but you said open. Maybe you were trying to say a different word and you spelt committed wrong, ma'am. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe you spelt committed O-P-E-N, because kind and open relationship isn't going together, ma'am. It's not adding up, ma'am. It's just not. And it's absolutely a no, ma'am. Okay? It's there's no such thing, ma'am. They're disrespecting you in your face is what's... I don't know why I'm like this. I don't know why I'm like this. But ladies, what are we doing? Huh? What are we... Is it me? Is it... Am I not teaching well or something? Are you not understanding the words that are coming out of my mouth, ma'am? I don't understand. Like, where does the two go together? If you're dating these men, and that means you're dating more than one that are in open relationships. So you're in the pattern of dating men who are emotionally and physically unavailable. And basically what they're saying is that they have no character and they have no values and they have no self-awareness and they have no accountability. Because if they did, they would evaluate how they contributed to those unhealthy marriages and work on themselves. And then work on being able to attract the quality woman for them who they would love to settle down with and be committed to. And they're basically saying in your face that you're not worth it to me to eliminate all options and be mature enough to fall in love with, commit, and dedicate myself to one woman. That's basically what they're saying in your face. They're playing in your face, ma'am. It's what they're doing. It's absolute no, ma'am. It's a hickory dickory dock no, ma'am. Cloudy with a chance no, ma'am. Matter of fact, clock out. Clock out of dating. Okay? No more dating for you. Do you hear me? I'm saying this with love, ma'am. I'm playing because I want your subconscious mind to get this and stop doing it and never do it again. But I'm serious at the same time. Okay? No more dating for you. I need you to clock out of dating and clock into Boss Diva University because you're going to get yourself hurt, ma'am. And you're wasting time is what you're doing. You wasting time is what you're doing. This is an ma'am. Somebody said, what the hell? I have been focused on growing my business and have been completely oblivious to any opportunities for a relationship. I worry that I'm going to give all of my time and energy to the relationship and neglect my business. I don't think I will be able to balance the two, so I've sworn off men. Ooh. That's very Ruby. That's a very Ruby thing. Okay? Do you see the love block disguised as your commitment to your business? Do you see that? Because really, it has nothing to do with you getting distracted. It has everything to do with your fear. And you using that as an excuse for you to hide from being vulnerable and allowing somebody to even have a chance to disappoint and hurt you. Because the bottom line is that you don't trust yourself. You don't trust yourself to choose a quality man who can actually help you and add value to you and build with you. You believe that you're going to attract that man that's going to take away and that's going to drain you, which is why you're using the cover that you have sworn off men. And the worst part is that you cursed yourself by swearing off a partnership that can literally elevate you if you just simply know and learn what it is that you're doing and what it is that's blocking you so that you can have what it is that's waiting for you. There's a man that is literally waiting to pour into you and to love you. This man could be your partner that can elevate your business to the next level. You never know. You might have a millionaire husband waiting on you. He invests in your business to catapult it and take it to another level. Let me just give you an example. When you have what it looks like to have a good man. So in 2020, February of 19 of 2020, my pharmaceutical sales job discriminated against me. Okay. I was one of their top sales rep, and they literally, a partner of mine who was a hater went and told them that I wasn't working as hard. And they, even though I was like the top sales rep, I had just won an award like the week prior. I trained this person. All my doctors love me. I always had the biggest bonuses and everything else. And for whatever reason, they listened to her, and she told them that I had a side business because I always was coaching, right? I was always working with women and working in the space and coaching. And so she told them I had a business, which they already knew I had a business. They knew I wrote a book. They used to celebrate it. And so they said to me, well, you have to make a decision. Either you quit the job, either you have to step down from the job, or you have to like take your website down and stop your side business. I'm like, you can't tell me what to do on my weekends. And they ended up like just doing all kinds of stuff to me. And my husband, he said to me when I was all stressed out about it, he was like, baby, F the job. Listen to me. My amazing romantic best friend said, F the job. You don't need that job. Work your business. Focus on your business. He said, I got us. I will take my 401k. I will pay up all the bills for a year. I will put the rest of the money into your business so that you can be able to launch your business. That's what my husband did. My husband. My man. And after leaving my multiple six figures job, I went out to start my business. COVID hit. I left 2020 to 2020. COVID hit in March. I couldn't find clients for the life of me. And I literally cried to my husband every day. I cried to my husband that maybe I made a bad decision by leaving pharmaceutical sales. Maybe I should go back and get the job. And every day my husband kept saying, you got a job, work your business. I got us, focus on your business. Focus on your business. It's going to work out. Focus on your business. And my husband was right there in the next room working my business with me, helping me to launch my business with me. And fast forward 4 years later, I am a multimillionaire because I had a great man who saw me, who loved me, who believed in me, and who poured into me. That's what every single one of you ladies deserves to have. And what I realize is that when you understand what I'm saying, when you understand how to energetically align with the highest level of love by starting with you, when you understand how to anchor and activate that feminine energy, rewire your nervous system so that you can actually receive that love that you're calling forth, then what that's going to allow you to see, and I've discovered this when I did my dating experiment, when I went on 100 dates in a little over 3 months. I went from getting played all the time. I went from guys lying to me, cheating on me, abusing me, mistreating me. I went from having the biggest Build-A-Bears constantly coming in and out of my life to men who were very successful, men who had values and valor and who wanted to pour into me. These men wanted to give to me. They wanted to do for me. One man bought me a whole house because I said I wanted to buy an investment property. So he bought the house, the title and everything, gave me the title. Another one bought me a car. Men constantly wanted to take me on shopping sprees. Like, that was like a joke with my friends. Like, men constantly wanting to give and to buy me things. One man bought me tickets to the Masters. Another one bought me tickets to the Super Bowl. I got tickets to the Open. We was getting trips. All of a sudden, because of what I learned and what I'm trying to teach you, men were pouring into me. They were doing for me. And I was proposed to 7 times. Okay? 7 times. What was the difference? What did I do that was different from before, when I kept getting played, to men wanting to pour into me, give to me, and do for me? To the point where I ended up marrying my best friend, who made the biggest sacrifice to believe in me and catapult me so that I'm able to start a business that I'm absolutely passionate about, that I love, that I'm making a difference in the world. What is it? Because, ladies, that kind of man is waiting on you. It's a vibration, it's an energy. Let me break this down for you. Okay? Let me break down how every single one of you ladies can attract this kind of man. Only if you want to. Who wants to hear it? Who wants to hear how every single one of you can attract this kind of man, what I discovered in my dating experiment? Shay, I've been out of the dating world for a few years. After my divorce, I wanted to work on myself and heal. I work really hard and can financially take care of myself. However, I'm ready to find my partner now. If that's the case, Sorrel, and you want my help, go to bookshay.com and I'll help you. Okay? Go to bookshay.com. How did you meet your husband? That's a long story. I'm going to tell you this first, and then if we have time, I'll tell you before I end the live. Okay? All right. So, hey, baby. If you said, how do we spark a marriage? Just listen to what I'm saying, and then you will get the answer in the question. Every single one of your questions, if you listen to what I'm getting ready to teach you, then I promise you the answer, your answer to your question is going to be in what it is that I'm going to teach you. Okay? I promise you've never seen this. You've never heard this anywhere else. This is the reason why you can listen to advice and the advice sound good, but it doesn't get you any results. Because they're missing what's necessary. They're missing the foundation necessary. Hey, Lovebug, can you get the my chart, the big version of this for me, please? Thank you, my love. I need you to be my Van Black. Okay? Hold on. Lovebug is going to get a bigger version of this so that you guys can see it better. I'm getting ready to hand you the keys to the kingdom. I've been in a 23-year relationship. It ended in divorce.
What side do you want?
All right, that side. All right. Can you see this? Instagram can't see it. Hold on. Ladies, can you see it? Maybe you can make it higher, a little bit higher. And bring it a little closer. Where's my pointer? Is that better? Work with me, y'all, because I can't show it too much on TikTok or they're going to shut off my live. Okay. Now, after studying this, I notice that I can predict with a 98% accuracy if a woman's relationship was going to work or not. You said it's backwards. That's because the screen is flipping it. Okay. Marlo, you might have to like push where it does the mirror image so that it flips the screen so that you can be able to see it. All right. So I wanted to be able to predict if a woman's relationship was going to be able to work within a 98% accuracy, right? Like what percentage? I also wanted to be able to increase the chances of a woman being able to attract love, where she knew, guaranteed, that as she was able to do certain steps and notice certain results in her life, that she was going to be able to attract love. So what I created was the love success formula. And this is the love success journey. And I noticed that depending on where a woman was at, it determined the likelihood that A, she was going to be able to attract love, and B, the likelihood that she was going to be able to attract the highest level quality love, the kind of man that can actually pour into her, love her, and to treat her right, right? So as a woman starts her journey to love, there are 7 stages. Put 7 in the chat just so I can make sure that you guys are really getting this. Because if you get this, it's going to change your whole life. Okay? These are the 7 steps that we take a student through when they're in Boss Diva University. This is the reason why our students have a 98% success rate. Okay? Now, in the first stage is when women come to me. Right? When they first come to me, they are usually extremely blocked. They have a lot of love blocks. They are not aligned at all with their romantic best friend, with that higher level of love. They are oftentimes in a lot of pain. They're often feeling loneliness. They often don't know what is wrong. They don't know what it is that they don't know. And they tend to attract men who are Build-A-Bears. They attract the lowest quality men, and their feminine energy is really low when they're in stage 1. And we call this diva in the making stage. When she moves up to stage 2, then now she has like an awareness. She knows what's wrong. So usually women who have been in like therapy for quite some time are usually at least in stage 2. So she's not in like she's not extremely blocked. She's not in persistent pain. She's just kind of like okay. And she knows that she's stuck. She knows she's not getting where it is that she wants. And she knows what's wrong. She knows like whatever the blocks are, what happened in her past, what happened in her childhood. She knows the belief systems possibly that are keeping her from love, but she doesn't know how to fix it when she's at stage 2. She's still disconnected from her feminine energy. She's still working really hard at her job until she's drained. She's still out of balance with her career and with her love. There's oftentimes tension within her family. Her relationship with her kids is probably not where she wants it to be. And then she's attracting men, but she's still attracting men who are emotionally unavailable. There are men who can't really see her value when she gets to stage 2. However, stage 3 is like a powerful stage because she starts to see the light. She starts to realize that all of her experiences with her relationship started with her. And she now feels empowered that she knows how to fix it, that she's empowered to stay on track, to be able to become more emotionally connected to herself and be able to attract her romantic best friend. She's starting to feel more peace. She's starting to feel more contentment. She's not, if she was in pain before, she's not feeling the pain anymore. She's not feeling like maybe love is never going to come. She's feeling more hopeful. However, it's hit or miss when she's dating. Sometimes she is attracting good quality men. Sometimes she's attracting the Build-A-Bears, 50-50. Now, follow me for a second so that you understand why the divorce rate is as high as it is. Right now, we are at a divorce rate of 50%. And of the 50% of women who are still married, half of those women are unhappily married. They are miserable. Okay? And then the half of the ones who are not miserable, they're not excited either. So then basically less than 10% of the population are actually happy and passionately married. And that's because When you're in the first 3 stages, bring it down a little bit, love bug. Thank you. When you're in these first 3 stages, this is where 70% of the population is. It requires you to work for love. Y'all ever heard that love takes work? How many of you ever heard the saying that love takes work? Say I. How many of you heard that? This whole saying that love takes work. And the reason why they say that love takes work is because the majority of the population start off between stage 1 to 3. And if you enter into a relationship when you're at stage 1, the likelihood of divorce is 90%. Who heard what I just said? If you enter into a relationship when you're at stage 1, your likelihood of divorce is 90%. If you enter into a relationship at stage 2, your likelihood of divorce is 80%. That means you only have a 20% chance that the relationship is going to work. If you're at stage 3, your likelihood drops down to 50% at stage 3. Now, in order to get to stage 4, then that requires a little more effort. That requires intention. That requires that you have the necessary tools to rewire your nervous system and to rewire your subconscious mind and to help you to be able to anchor that feminine energy. Again, feminine energy isn't just about attracting love or meeting the needs of a man. It's about you becoming connected with you. And when you are connected with you, now you're connected to a deeper part of you that starts to tap into a magnetism to attracting abundance, love, happiness, peace of mind, and the life that you want. So when you move from stage 3 to stage 4, what you find is that feminine energy is high. People just want to do things for you. They want to give you things. You find people giving you compliments all the time. You find your relationship with your children, with your mother, with your family start to improve. You notice that more quality men want to do for you and want to pour into you. And really, if you date before stage 4, you're setting yourself up. For my students that are in Boss Diva University, we do not start teaching them about dating until they get to stage 3, and we don't recommend that they start dating until they get to stage 4. Because if they date before then they are more likely to get hurt, and it's more likely to set them backwards when they're dating before they've healed enough. It's kind of like having a baby who just started to walk. Now you starting to push the baby to run when he just started to learn how to walk, okay? He has to get his sea legs underneath him first before he's able to get stronger. But in stage 4, then you are prepared to date. You're radiating a confidence. Your feminine energy is much stronger. You're more connected and in love with yourself. And in stage 4, that's when you wake up. One day you notice you wake up and you're just happy for no daggone reason. You are so madly in love with you that you will find men literally doing things for you. That's what happened to me. So when you're wondering, like, what was it where men wanted to buy me houses, cars, things like that, that's what happened when I got to stage 4. Because you'll find people want to give you things all the time. You'll get raises, more money starts to come in, better quality friendships start to come in, just all kinds of things. It breaks open in stage 4. And your likelihood of divorce drops all the way down to 25% in stage 4. Okay? Lisa, I'm not gonna say anything. Okay? If you think you're at stage 4, you're not. I'm gonna say that. You're not at stage 4. You know your stage because your stage is at whatever the lowest point, right? So if your feminine energy is low, if your feminine energy is stage 1, then you're stage 1. If the quality of men that you're attracting are low quality Build-A-Bears, then you're at stage 1. Okay? You're at whatever stage of the lowest data point. So depending on your love blocks, depending on your feminine energy, depending on how you are with your money blocks, depending on the quality of men that you're attracting, that's what tells you what stage that you're at. When you get to stage 5 is amazing because now you are attracting men who want to pour into you, and you're attracting wealthy men. Okay? Because you got to understand, money, wealth is a vibration. It is a frequency. Lisa, which assessment did you take? Okay, you're gonna take the one in the app. That one's more accurate. It had to be changed. Okay. So when you get to stage 5, that's where the wealthy men are. So you know when you asked me the question earlier, like, where do you attract the wealthy men? Here. This is where you attract the wealthy men. Hello? The assessment's in the app, at Her Pocket Coach app. That's when you take the assessment. The assessment will break down all your numbers. It will tell you your feminine energy level. It will tell you your love block level. It will tell you your money block level. It will tell you your relationship readiness level, the likelihood that your relationship is going to work. It's going to tell you what stage that you're at, and it's going to tell you your archetype. It's literally like a disc assessment for love. It's the only one in the world like it that gives you a comprehensive data to show you exactly where you are and what type of relationship that you're set up to attract. Okay? But when you get to stage 5, that's when you're more positive. That's when you're emotionally radiant. That's when you're in a relationship where you're both pouring into each other. That's where you are now starting to tap into your gifts. Okay? The app, Her Pocket Coach. Just go into the app store, okay? Type in Her Pocket. Her Pocket, it's together as one word. Her Pocket and then Coach. Go there. You take the assessment. It's an avatar that's going to be talking to you as you're doing the assessment. Don't do it now. I'm talking to you. Do it after we finish, ma'am. All right. Yeah, Lisa, do it on the app, okay? They're updating the online. Okay. All right. So in stage 5, this is the stage that you get married. Stage 5, you don't want to get married before you hit stage 5. Because the success, the failure rate drops all the way down to 15%. That means you have an 85% of success in stage 5. In stage 6, it drops to 10%. That means that your likelihood of divorce is only 10%. That means you have 90% chance that the relationship's going to last when you're at stage 6. And at stage 7, ma'am, you're not getting a divorce, okay? It's to death do you part, happily, passionate married with your romantic best friend. So as you are going through each one of the stages, you're going to be able to see the signs. And now you don't have to guess at it because the app is going to ask you questions. It's going to touch in with you once a month and ask you some questions. The AI is going to learn you so that it is specifically giving you content and meditations and supportive homework and journal work for you. Specific for you as it's tracking how well you're progressing through these 7 stages so that you're not just going and freeballing and Russian rouletting it out there. Okay, I didn't mean to say freeballing. That's, I don't even know where that came from. But so that you're not playing Russian roulette with your life or playing Russian roulette with your heart. You said, what's the cost? It's $25 for you to be a member of Her Pocket Coach. And depending on how much support you want, then that determines like whatever, program journey that you choose. It's up to you depending on whatever your budget is. If you want coaching, then that goes deeper. Okay. If you want to work with me and you want my help so that you can go deeper, faster, and get results and get to your soulmate by Christmas of this year, then go to bookshay.com. Okay. If you want me, bookshay.com. If you want to start your journey, go to Her Pocket Coach. Or go to herpocketcoach.com, and on herpocketcoach.com, it has the direct links for you to download the app on iOS and on Android. But literally, now you just can't fail. unless you fail to show up for yourself, because the app is designed for you to win. And no longer do women have to date in the dark or settle for Build-A-Bears because you're afraid, like, what if it doesn't work, or what if nobody loves me, or what if I never find my person? Now you'll know exactly where you are, and there's no way for you not to find your person because you become a magnet to love. Ladies, listen. Like everything else, there are natural laws in the universe that determine alignment. Okay? And you don't have to guess at this. You don't have to keep being frustrated at this. You don't have to keep playing Russian roulette at this. The reason why I created the app is because I was sick and tired of seeing so many of you get hurt and so many of you settle. So now you have a tool that eliminates all excuses, because now, from the privacy and convenience of your very own pocket, you now have the tool for you to elevate to level 7 romantic best friend love with a man who will love your soul. I love you guys. I'm going to go so I can spend some time with Lovebug and we can drink some tea. I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow, Lovebug and I, we will come and we will answer some questions together, and he will give advice from a man's point of view, and I will tell you the science behind what it is that he's teaching you. Okay? I only have 5 spots this week. Last week, you guys booked me out because you wanted to work with me and you want to get a reading. If you want a reading so I can see where's your soulmate, when you're going to get married, if I see kids, if you want to have kids, how can you get to your romantic best friend the fastest, then I only have 5 spots this week for you to sit down with me and do a one-on-one reading and a love mapping call so that we can identify exactly what are your love blocks, what's keeping you from the love that you want, and what is the fastest blueprint to get you to your romantic best friend, and how we can help support you in doing that. Okay? You can just go to bookshay.com. I love you all. And if you remember nothing else from me, remember this. Baby, you are the prize. You have always, you're welcome, baby. You have always been the prize. And when you clear what is blocking you from that love that is already there waiting for you, then the right person will rise up and claim you as the prize you've always been. I love you. God bless you. Thank you so much for your support, for showing up, for liking the videos, for watching the videos, for watching my content, for supporting me. Have a good night. I love you. I'll see you in the app. Bye, Divas.